Bryan from Bronko Bikes and Bike San Antonio, and we're doing a quick audit of Nacogdoches. This is my major thoroughfare here in District 10, and this is what most cyclists and scooter users and e-bike riders get to deal with. Inadequate infrastructure. Oh my gosh. The purpose of this ride is to kind of make a snapshot of what it's like to ride your bike for alternative transportation besides a car. Here in District 10 is where I live. It's the northeast side of San Antonio. One of the major thoroughfares for the northeast side of San Antonio. It goes all the way down to Austin Highway or the McNay, and it goes all the way northbound past 1604. So this is one of the major arteries and corridors for San Antonio, and you'll see that the sidewalks are dilapidated and are, gosh, probably at least as old as I am. You'll see that this whole route there will be 0 bike lanes and a pathetic sidewalk at best, combined with 40+ mile/hour traffic is not really a great recipe for a walkable, bikeable city. This whole area fails to me. This is a failure of an intersection. You have a failure of being able to actually access the trail safely from this neighborhood, and you can see that there are power lines, and you can see a lot of overgrowth here. So this is what the pedestrian will deal with. All right, and that's where the watershed would go. So we got a creek there, and beautiful Mount Lorries, I believe. But here is some underutilized space. We've got these neighborhoods over here off of Wayward, and different houses and apartments over here, and they have that crosswalk there, which is okay, but really that intersection is pretty dangerous. Now you see how I wouldn't really feel safe here, right? There's no adequate room for me to be on the street. It's a kind of a blind corner here. And so yeah, just to the right of me, this is LBJ Park. There'd obviously be a trail connection here. If you don't know, the Slog Creek Greenway does go through LBJ Park. And there is a little gate or fence here to let people into the baseball fields, I suppose. So this brings up a great problem, is what do? Do you put a bike lane here and get rid of the right-of-way for car traffic? So the other option, and the only thing I can see, is just improve the sidewalk and make it a 10-inch sidewalk, 10-foot sidewalk, and just make these things safer for everybody using it. There is always going to be road debris and people passing you without giving you 3 feet. So that's why I got up here, but I just wanted to make a point of this area on the side of a road is always going to have, especially in San Antonio, going to have trash and screws and metal nails and things that will cause you to get the FLATs. Here in San Antonio, we've got a lot of stroads, and maybe people don't know what a stroad is, but stroad is bigger, something bigger than a street, and it's like you're kind of on an open highway, but in the middle of the city. So you'll have a stroad will have a usually minimum of 4 lanes with a dedicated turn lane right in the middle, but normally what it might be is 3 lanes with a turn lane in the middle, so 3 lanes on either side, so that would be 6 lanes in total. So that's a stroad. I will be constantly looking over my shoulder as I pass any of these here businesses, because you see, as we have here, someone's turning into the business, somebody's trying to turn right here, and this creates a pinch point. So I would much rather wait for all these cars to get to Bill Miller's to get lunch or whatever they're doing, then become road paste. Having a mirror is quite helpful. I'm about to get to, let's see. So you can see how this is not conducive when someone says, well, just use the sidewalk, right? And I would say, well, that's nice, but it kind of sucks because you're at the mercy of the cars. You don't have a place to be. You're at the mercy of pedestrians trying to use the sidewalk, which is where they belong. And in general, you're just in danger of pretty much all the drivers because they're not looking for you as a cyclist. So yeah, that does not make for a pleasant commuting experience, and we wonder why the majority of San Antonians don't want to use bikes as transportation. It's because of all the things I just mentioned of how dangerous it is. So I don't know what happened here. Just ran out of sidewalk. That's a classic story of San Antonio. If you didn't know, the Shel Silverstein book, Where the Sidewalk Ends, that was written about San Antonio. Because he came to visit here back in the 1960s, I believe. But jam. So yeah, this is why I moved over to 20 by 4-inch tires. Is because of San Antonio. How bad the roads are here, and how inadequate the sidewalks are. I found road bike tires to be extremely uncomfortable for my lower back, and yeah, and traditional 26 cruiser tires are nice and all, but they're still not really fat enough. The 4-inch wide tire gives you a very stable platform, and the volume gives you a lot of cushion to absorb the impact of the road. So that is why I only pretty much ride 20 by 4-inch tires now, and I think they're specifically amazing for e-bikes in general. Hi Nikki, how's it going today?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks so much for taking a quick moment just to talk to us. I see you have a scooter. How long have you been using a scooter to get around?
About a year now.
Is that right? Over here off of Nacogdoches, is that where you mostly ride?
Yes.
Okay, and you use this for transportation to get to work, or?
To go to the store, grocery store, anywhere. I mean, like, I don't
Okay.
ever ride.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, is there, it's a little loud because we're on Nacogdoches, but is there anything you'd like to say about things you wish that were better, or things that were, or any close calls or anything like that?
Yeah, I wish the sidewalks were safer.
Yeah.
And some of them, they have a lot of cracks, you'll kind of hurt yourself.
Yes, they have a lot of cracks, that's right. And you gotta be, what about riding at night? Do you ride at night at all? Rarely, but sometimes? Yeah.
I'll get a little scared out here, but...
Yeah, you definitely need a really bright headlight or something when you're riding at night. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but is there anything else you'd want to say? Like, this is going to be shared online, and hopefully our city council member will see it. You got to get a scooter. You got to try out an e-bike. Is it better than a car?
A lot of people want one.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do, especially with the gas prices going the way they are. Well, Nikki, I really appreciate your time. Please stay safe out there. Maybe consider getting a helmet. And golly, I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm still here to tell the tale, but please be safe out there on the road, and if there's anything we can ever do for you, hit us up at Bike San Antonio. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
God bless. I'm getting close to O'Connor Road. I'm on the Nacogdoches, and as you can see here, there is a power line easement. This could easily have a bike lane on it, a hike and bike trail, something, and it could connect neighborhoods, it could connect schools, it could connect neighborhoods to other neighborhoods in other parts of the city without having to join the mayhem that is Nacogdoches. So this is private. This is kind of indicative of San Antonio. Lots of areas where there is no sidewalk. It just kind of blows my mind. So It is much more rural. You'll find this in rural parts of Texas that they just don't have sidewalks because, well, you're out in the country. And I'm trying to be very mindful about the terrain here. I am on a fat tire, so this would be really, really hard on anything but maybe a mountain bike or something with a fat tire. Definitely would need pneumatic tires on a scooter to do something like this with good suspension. Oh wow, okay. So la-ti-da. Okay, the sidewalks magically came back. Wow. So yeah, that's man, look how low this curb is. Curb height is a thing. Boy, the curb is actually supposed to not just separate the sidewalk from the street. It's supposed to actually kind of give the pedestrians a little bit of protection. There is no sidewalk on a good chunk of this portion of Nacogdoches. Oof. No idea when will be added. This must be private property or just undeveloped property, which if there's nothing there and it's just land, there's not going to be a sidewalk most likely. Oi! Because sidewalks were put onto for sale. This property's for sale though, so that's good to know. But yes, San Antonio had an ordinance from over 100 years ago that basically said that the sidewalks are kind of on the responsibility of the owner of the property. I think I'm gonna hop off just for 1 second. Amen. So that's what I'm talking about. So there was not enough space for that individual, and last thing I want to do is hit somebody on my bicycle, because that will be painful for me and painful for them. Oh, holy sh! Okay, well there was a big old chunk hole of the sidewalk missing, so that's what you call a hold on to your butt evasive maneuver. Is there enough room here for a bike lane? Probably not. My suggestion is to make sure that the whole stretch of the sidewalk is 10 feet, 8 to 10 feet wide. That is my suggestion. 8 to 10 feet wide. That allows enough room for a pedestrian and a cyclist or a scooter rider to use the space safely. Okay, here we go. Newer sidewalk. New sidewalk. Nice, big, yummy, big old fat sidewalk. This is what we want. This is nice. This is comfortable. Look how smooth this is. Look at this big old transition. Good job, Dutch Bros. Okay, newer sidewalk as well. This is adequate width. And I don't know how we're going to change the infrastructure to make this happen, but it's imperative that we do for the betterment of our communities and the safety of our neighbors. We need to invest some money into District 10 and make better sidewalks, make better places for pedestrians and cyclists alike. I'm just doing this wrap-up video here to just really quickly talk about my experience riding up Nacogdoches. This is my first time using my electric bike here to get up to Nacogdoches on 1604. I'm right at 1604. I'm going to check my Strava. I believe I'm getting close to about 10 miles. So this would be probably about a 20-mile round trip, which for my e-bike battery would be about close to half of its charge. I get about, on average, about 40 miles per charge on my 20 amp hour battery. And I just wanted to make this quick video surveying the sidewalks and checking out the transitions and how old some of the sidewalks are and what the newer sidewalks look like. Newer sidewalks are a big improvement. So in summary, the 8 to 10 feet sidewalks that are new in businesses like Dutch Bros and the QT and that newer intersection that we've checked out that I laid down on, those were adequate widths for bikes and scooters to coexist with pedestrians, whether they are going northbound or southbound or west or east or west, whatever direction they may be going on the sidewalk. Pedestrians can use either side of the sidewalk to go whatever direction they need to go. In my opinion, the cyclist and the scooter rider should ideally use the right-hand sidewalk, so to speak, if you're trying to go northbound. Like, you need to be a little more predictable. Either way you go, if you're going against traffic, you still have to stop for cars coming your way. So I mean, I would say use the sidewalks and crosswalks as needed, but just you have to use them with you have to be very, very careful, because sometimes they disappear, the sidewalks disappear completely, or the transition from one sidewalk to another, or at an intersection, or especially an older intersection by a neighborhood street, they're going to be much older. So if you're not paying attention, or you're riding at night and you don't have good lights and you can't see where you're going, it's going to be very dangerous and you may have an accident. So keep all those things in mind. This is Bryan Martin from Bike San Antonio and from Bronko Bikes, giving you a quick video about what it's like to ride a bike here in District 10 on the northeast side. Have a great day. God bless. Oh my gosh. Holy pajama bottoms, Batman.